What's going on, guys? Listen, I have a scenario for you that's kind of off the beaten path. One that could be a little crazy. And actually, my boy Nemo talked about this on his channel maybe 2 months ago. I was thinking about it more in depth today, and it kind of inspired me to make this video. What would happen if Diablo 4, just like Diablo Immortal, took on the same free-to-download, free-to-play monetization model? Could it work in a PC game like D4? Let's talk about it. What is up, my friends? Welcome back to the channel, where today we're talking about what happens if games like D4 or other PC related games started taking this free-to-play model that we're seeing here, that we've been discussing, that we've been talking about, and we've kind of been breaking down, that Blizzard's taking here with Diablo Immortal. Now, as you guys know, on this channel, we cover Diablo Immortal every single day. We break it down basically as broken down as we could get it. And I mean, I'm really excited about Diablo coming to mobile. If you're new here and you don't know what I normally talk about, well, we talk about everything regarding Diablo Immortal every day. But today we're taking a little sidestep because it is directly relevant and it's directly connected to Diablo 4. Diablo Immortal and Diablo 4 are connected. First of all, why? Well, a lot of people that have never played a Diablo game because they don't have a PC, or they didn't have a console, or maybe they just missed it, right? D3 is like 10 years old right now. Maybe they just missed that. The excitement of Diablo has been kind of gone for something like Diablo 3. So what happens when all of these hundreds of thousands, millions of people play Diablo Immortal? It's more like hundreds of millions, right? Or I don't know. Lots of people are going to be playing Diablo Immortal. They're going to be introduced to this whole world of Diablo. They're going to want more. They're going to get more in form of older games like D2, D2 Remastered, Diablo 3. And a lot of these people may become excited when they hear about Diablo 4 coming in a year or two after Diablo Immortal, after their experience inside of Diablo Immortal. So you're going to start seeing Diablo Immortal acting as an advertisement, not by saying they're going to be popping ads up and stuff inside of the game, but it's going to introduce people to Blizzard and introduce people to Diablo, people that have never experienced it, never been in that space before. So what does that mean? It means that more people are going to be playing Diablo games across the board, not just on mobile, because those people that maybe couldn't play before can play now because they've gotten older, they've gotten devices, and they've gotten, they've gotten like the PC, they've gotten the console or something that they can play D4 on. So these people, these new players that are getting into Diablo, and they're getting into it for free because they can get in with Diablo Immortal. Well, what would happen if they saw so much success with Diablo Immortal? So many people downloading it, so many people playing it and really enjoying the game. What would happen if they realized that this was because of the free-to-play model, which enabled so many people to be able to get their hands in the game for free and experience it, and they wanted to extend it even further into their next huge Diablo game, which would be Diablo 4. Now, first of all, who would this upset? We know this would upset the PC community. They're not really into the free-to-play model, although, I mean, there are some free-to-play games that are, well, first of all, in this genre and not in this genre, that are extremely successful using a free-to-play model. And yes, you're going to say loot boxes and things like that, but it can all be done right, where it's not obtrusive on your experience inside of the game. So let's talk about Path of Exile, right? Path of Exile is a direct competitor of Diablo 3. Path of Exile mobile will be coming out as well, and I'll actually probably cover that game on my channel here as well. Maybe not as much as Diablo Immortal, but I'm going to definitely cover it. It's going to be a direct competitor of Diablo Immortal, an action RPG on mobile devices. But why has Path of Exile been able to be completely free for all these years? Cosmetics, frames, storage space, things like that. Them having that free-to-play model, has it allowed the game to grow as much as maybe Blizzard would want their Diablo franchise to grow? Think of it this way. What makes games explode? Is it having an amazing game? That's part of it, but it's definitely not all of it. Is it because, well, people just realize that this is so great we have to play it? Well, no, it's not. It grows specifically on mobile, but anywhere else as well. PC games as well, they grow from advertising, from getting put in front of people's faces, from commercials on TV, to being shown in local papers and magazines, which is like kind of old school, to be promoted by content creators like yours truly. That is advertising, putting something amazing in front of people's faces and saying, this is something you have to play. Now, if a game is 100% free to play, so let's use Path of Exile for example, right? They only can make money from picking up or from people buying skins or frames and things like that. Like, is that enough money to pay for the massive amounts that you have to pay in advertising? It is not cheap to advertise, guys. And if the company isn't making enough money because either the game doesn't have a price tag up front, there's no type of microtransaction inside of the game rather than just a skin, does it actually have enough to be massive, a massive competitor? Is Path of Exile massive? Or does it have a smaller but really true following? I mean, we all know Path of Exile is an amazing game. There's no question there. It's incredible. Path of Exile Mobile, I anticipate being amazing as well. And any new Path of Exile games, I anticipate also being amazing. But are they going to be able to be as big as a game like Diablo 3 was in its prime with a regular, you pay for the game out of the box method? I don't know. I don't know if the advertising is going to get the money that it needs to make it huge. I know that Blizzard does not want to make little games that a few people play. They want to make games that millions of people get their hands on and play. So they know that they're on the right path for that with mobile. They're going to a broad audience, a global audience of people that are just dying to get their hands on mobile games, specifically Diablo games at this point. I mean, we've been waiting for 3 years, right? So yeah, we want it really bad, but would Diablo 4 adapt the model? So what's the negatives about it? What would be bad if Diablo 4 adapted that model? Now, I think that there's a lot of good things. Let's talk about the good things first. One, you would get more hands on it. More people would actually be able to play. More people would actually download it and try it, which would lead to more people liking it and playing it for longer periods of time. Essentially, you're going to get more people playing the game. Downfalls, there would need to be some kind of way to make money with the game. Would it only be skins? Would it only be frames? No, according to what we're seeing with Diablo Immortal, there could also be a crest system where you can get yourself legendary gems from purchasing things and grinding towards them inside of the game. There would be some type of mechanic like that, because they would probably model something that people are familiar with Diablo Immortal that we're seeing right now. Because Diablo Immortal is not just going to be, funded from skins. It's not going to just be funded by space in your backpack. It's going to have a crest system and a reforge system, which is going to allow you to further build and more quickly gain power than someone who's not buying those legendary crests and legendary gems. Will they get you to a place that others can't attain in a reasonable amount of time? No, they won't. So every player will be on the same playing field. Some may just get there a little bit more quickly. Oh, obviously, you're going to be able to buy skins and things like that in the game as well. So that's cool. Another way to monetize. But if Blizzard did it with Diablo 4, now this is going to be a very unpopular opinion coming from me, but it's my opinion. I think they would be taking gameplay to the next age. This is what's happening now in gaming, right? Look at Destiny 2. Look at Fortnite. Fortnite's a horrible example, but it's like the most popular thing. So many games that are free to play become so popular because they can get in so many people's hands. Call of Duty Warzone, right? All of these things are free if you get that certain game mode. Path of Exile is free. A pretty big game right there. Now, the action RPG genre is smaller than the genre of, say, shooters. Shooters are the most popular things right now. Also, of course, Minecraft and stuff, which is a paid game. You can't get that one for free. So, would it be the worst thing in the world for the gaming audience as a whole if Diablo 4 would go in a free-to-play direction? No, I think it would actually be good. I think it would actually be good for the franchise. Would it upset OGs, people that have been playing Diablo games forever? Very much so. I would actually say that if they went in that path, and if it wasn't just cosmetics, if it was free and only cosmetics, sure, I don't think they would care. But if there was any type of a reforge system or a crest system, I think we would hear a huge outcry from that community of OG, original, old school players of Diablo. Now, at the end of the day, does that mean that Blizzard would make less money from those games than if it was pay to play? I don't know. I don't know if upsetting their core would hurt their bottom line, or if it would hurt their bottom line more if the game costs 60 bucks for the basic package and less people download it in the first place. Really, it's actually kind of a controversial topic, free to play versus the old school pay for the game and play it. But when you think about it, I mean, pay for the game, play the game is old school. It's the old way of doing it. And that doesn't mean that the old way is wrong. Sometimes the old ways are better than the new ways, but I will say games are moving away from that. Developers are going onto mobile with this free-to-play model. Developers are developing games on PC with this model as well. So it very well could be a direction that Blizzard or other companies go in. Who would have ever thought that Call of Duty was free? No one would have ever guessed that, I don't know, in Modern Warfare 2 times. When I was playing Modern Warfare 2, you buy the game for 60 bucks and you wreck people with the UMP with the silencer on it for days. The FAMAS, you go crazy with people. The SPAS shotgun, you know you're gonna go ham. Yes, I'm just showing you that I did play the game. But yeah, I would have never guessed at that point in time, 10 years ago, maybe even longer now, maybe 15 years ago, that these games would be free. But that is the direction that the industry is going. Is it the right direction? Is it the wrong direction? That's up to you guys. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section, or come through my Discord server, which is the pinned comment below, and we could talk about it. Either way, I think is going to be fine. If Diablo 4 were to go free to play, I think the game would be a success. If Diablo 4 were to go the old school fashion with 60 bucks for the game, I think the game is going to be a success. I don't think Blizzard can mess this one up. There's so much anticipation for Diablo 4. And at this point in time, so much anticipation for Diablo Immortal as well. I think we are in really good hands, and we are going to get 2 killer games. And I can't wait to see what else they bring to mobile as well. I hear there's secret projects that I know nothing about. What could it be? Overwatch mobile? World of Warcraft mobile? I guess you could say your boy's got another YouTube channel starting out soon for whatever's coming from Blizzard. Can't wait to see you guys in the comment section or over on my Discord. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like my discussion, if you like me, if you want to hang out more, sub to the channel and ring the bell for daily Diablo Immortal videos. Have a great day, family, and be good.